Winningest program in college football history, Michigan against Oregon, and the Ducks were ready to drop the hammer in the big house. Scoreless in the early going. Chad Henne looking for Mario Manningham, instead finding Matthew Harper with the pick, would lead to an Oregon field goal. First time in 4 trips to the big house that Oregon had even scored a point. Being the butt of Jay Leno jokes, you see that Michigan fans were just a tad nervous. They shouldn't have been this time. Henne finds Adrian Arrington. Henne ties John Navarre, most career touchdown passes at Michigan with 72. You know, 8 in the last 8 years. Michigan has been in the top 40 in pass defense just once. And they're not here, Martin May. Dixon to Brian Paysinger.
Good protection, great route, but a tremendous finish by Paysinger. Touchdown, 85 yards for Oregon.
Ducks went for a 2-point conversion. They go up 11-7. Later in the second, Dixon, they'd called the Statue of Liberty earlier. This time Dixon runs loose.
He runs at Michigan, could not find the football. He walks in untouched.
25-7. Dixon threw for 292 yards. Another big play, Derek Jones.
Just a tremendous execution, but Michigan's had problems in that spread offense all year.
The last 3 games coming into this one, they had given up over 300 yards per game passing, 32-7. Chad Henne trying to get away from pressure. He was hobbling badly. Finished the drive, but didn't play in the second half. Very doubtful for Notre Dame. So Ryan Mallett comes in, the freshman from Texas, trying to give it to Mike Hart. It's 39-7, and now Hart's upset with his lineman. He refused to leave the game. Threw Brandon Miner back toward the sideline. Hart went for 127 yards. You see in the end, the frustration boiling over is Greg Matthews. That's not sportsmanlike, kicking at Matthew Harper. Ducks blow out Michigan 39-7. The Wolverines are 0-2, reeling and stunned.
Those who do know me, friend and foe, I think would agree that I'm a tough-minded, competitive guy. And there isn't anything that comes my way that I can't handle professionally. And there is nothing that can keep me down. Not a loss to Appalachian State, not a loss to Oregon, not 100 losses, and not the loss of my job. So, and I think the same thing can be said for our team here and for the guys that play football here at Michigan.
We're going to win next week. There's no question in my mind. I guarantee we win next week. I'm going to get this team ready. Guaranteed that I'll get this team ready. Coaches are going to do their job. Seniors are going to do this job in this team, and we're going to win next week. I don't care.
Well, Michigan, if they weren't ready, or even if they were, they certainly weren't able against Oregon Valley to take on Penn State. Charlie Weis turning over the reins to Jimmy Clausen. Irish had a 7-0 lead on a pick 6 by Darren Walls, but then Derek Williams, the Pontiac game-changing nominee, put Zebikowski on his fanny twice in this return, Mark.
It's just a quick feet, but he gets tremendous blocking. Right there he makes the move, the quick feet to get to the end zone, but the blocking on the return team set this play up.
Jopa hadn't beaten Notre Dame since '91. In the fourth quarter, Nittany Lions up 2 touchdowns. Austin Scott goes in for his 2nd touchdown of the game, and Penn State's pulling away. Irish trying to get their first offensive touchdown of the year. Clausen on 4th and goal. Jimmy's in trouble. Jimmy's throwing it up. Jimmy's in shock. Jimmy's picked off by Justin King. Penn State 31-10. Virginia Tech in Tiger Stadium on a Saturday night to take on LSU. Defensive struggle expected. Hokies have led the nation in defense the last 2 years, but LSU marched right down the field, largely behind Jacob Hester. Bayou Bengals up 7-0 early, and then Matt Flynn running still in the first quarter.
Gary Croton, the offensive coordinator, he's got some ball plays. He calls one here, and Matt Flynn takes it in on the quarterback draw for the school.
It's 17-0, and Flynn in that little pistol formation, running a little option, game-changing nominee, Keelan Williams, Luke.
Just a tremendous effort here, but also fine blocking and great execution on the option. Very difficult to defend. Virginia Tech had no answer for it.
LSU opened up a Tiger-sized Mike the Sixth can of whooping on the Hokies' backside. Ryan Perrilloux, the early Doucette, 48-7 was the final. It's the worst loss for Virginia Tech since 1982 when they lost to Vandy. Vandy went to a bowl game. Things have changed a lot. LSU 598 yards, 301 passing, 297 rushing. Total domination witnessed by Chris Fowler and the guys. Chris, you're right. Mark and I are going to argue about this later as well. TCU and Texas. TCU had won 5 in a row against Big 12 teams. Big 12 had lost the last 17 against ranked non-conference opponents. Colt McCoy pushed out by Jason Phillips. He was a little shaken up. Play lost 3 yards. This was a scoreless defensive struggle. Colt McCoy picked 6 by Torrey Stewart, Mayday.
Nice defensive play by Torrey Stewart. Just jumps up in the air, intercepts the ball, and takes it to the house 45 yards for the score.
The Horned Frogs trying to make it 6 in a row against the Big 12, but Texas would take control late in the game. Vondrell McGee going in, and Texas pulled away late, 34-13 the final. The signature win that Fowler spoke of, Miami against Oklahoma, and Randy Shannon, he looked concerned because Sam Bradford was cutting him up. Malcolm Kelly got stripped, but the ball crossed the plane. There's a touchdown, Oklahoma, and then Bradford locks on Kelly and finds him again, Lou.
Just a nice slant pass. I was really impressed with the accuracy of Bradford as he played for 5 touchdowns.
Tied a school record, as you see Kelly's had a big start to his season, his first career 3-touchdown game he would turn in this game. It's a 31-13 affair, and Bradford is going up top, and he's looking for his favorite target again. 38-13. Look at DeMarco Murray making the block on pass protection.
That's a wonderful job of sacrificing himself, not only cutting the defender down, but getting back up and getting another hit on him so your quarterback can make the play.
And you know what happens then? That's how freshman running backs get on the trendy upset pick in the offseason. South Florida over Auburn. Tommy Tuberville's Tigers. Certainly the Bulls had their attention. South Florida jumped on top in a 14-10 game just before the half. A staple of the outboards offense, a little fake, find the tight end, Gabe McKenzie, and the Tigers are up 17-14. Fourth quarter, South Florida had it tied at 17. Brandon Cox right into the waiting arms of Mike Jenkins. 38 yards to the 3, but Auburn's defense rises up again. They make South Florida try to settle for a field goal. Delbert Alvarado is going to end up putting the thing through there and missing it wide to the left. He missed 4 of his 5 field goal attempts before they were headed into overtime. You see in the 4th, he finally pokes one through to redeem it himself and tie the game at 20 in overtime after Auburn had kicked a field goal. No field goal here. Matt Grothe, Jesse Hester, touchdown, and the predicted upset comes to fruition. Here is Jim Leavitt with our Todd Harris. SEC to SEC, South Carolina and Georgia. Dogs trying to win their 6th straight against cocky Corey Boyd. Remember, Spurrier got shut out for this the 2nd time in his career by Georgia last year. But Corey Boyd makes sure that won't happen. 7-0. Now it's in the 4th quarter. Matthew Stafford looking for Tony Wilson, Mayday, and
Need some stickum. Tony, come down with that.
Dogs had to settle for a field goal, their 4th of the night. Under 30 seconds to go, and Stafford's trying to save the Dogs. Stafford, he's looking downfield, trying to find somebody. Jump up, you guys! Ball kicked into the air, and Jasper Brinkley is there. Yep, pitched it around a little bit, didn't score a lot, scored enough to beat Georgia again. 16-12, South Carolina gets the win. Southern Mississippi and Tennessee, the Volunteers back after getting thumped by Cal last week, and Eric Ainge looking for Austin Rogers. Rogers had a huge game, 7 catches, 112 yards, scores there. Volunteers fell behind 16-10. Ainge finds Josh Briscoe. Tennessee takes the lead, and Arian Foster ran for a couple of touchdowns as Tennessee would assume control of this game late. Volunteers. Foster goes into the checkerboard end zone to give the Volunteers rather easy 39-19 victory. On the road against Louisiana Tech, Colt Brennan coming off a brilliant 34-46 touchdown performance in the opener, but now they're on a 12-day road trip on the mainland. No problem. Ryan Grice-Mullins is pretty fast on the mainland, too, as the Rainbows tie it at 21. And then Brennan would find Devon Best, Luke.
Well, just a tremendous quick release here, great timing. He has tremendous peripheral vision as well as an excellent touch.
Late in the 4th quarter, Louisiana Tech facing a 4th and 1, and Derek Dooley, Vince's kid, goes for it. Dennis Morris breaks out of the pack, recovered his own fumble. Score a couple plays later, it's 38-35. Hawaii needed this field goal from Dan Kelly, and they get it. to send the game into overtime. Hawaii's first possession, Brennan finding Jason Rivers. Hawaii on top 45-38. Tech's first drive, Zach Champion. Dustin Mitchell, touchdown. Now it's within one. Are you going to go for two, Mayday?
Absolutely.
So is Derek Dooley. Champion. Play like a champion.
I told you should have kicked it.
Gerard Lewis dead. Brennan and June Jones survive 45-44 in overtime. Pat Hill said if we want to get our name in Fresno State among the National League, we got to go to Texas A&M and win. Waning seconds of the fourth quarter. Tom Brandstater, Bear Pasco touchdown. Mayday, you going for two to win it with 4 ticks left.
You should go for two right here. Go for two and win the game. You're on the road.
Pat Hill said no. He tied it, sent it to overtime. 32-29 A&M. Marlon Moore stretching for the goal line. The ball comes loose. Look the official. He marks it down inside the 1. Now stay with me here. Watch Moore. It looks for all the world as if he fumbled. The referees take another look at the play, and they ruled it down to the 1, but then they had to look at it again. Replay officials decided it was a fumble. But there's another element to this entire mix. A&M was called for roughing the passer. So they called it a fumble, but then the roughing the passer penalty was then enforced. Long story short, Fresno got the ball on the 13 instead of the 1, had to try a field goal. Good. Tied at 32 after the first overtime. Did you follow all of that?
Did they get it right?
I think they got it right, actually. It took a while, about 10 minutes, but they got it right. The J-Train, Javorski Lane, one of his 4 touchdowns. A&M had to go for 2 because we were in triple overtime. They led by 8 after making it. Brandstater, Bear Pasco, they hook up again. But when Brandstater tries to find Marlon Moore, couldn't get together. And boy, A&M, that one would have been a tough one for Fran to take. 47-45, Texas A&M holds off Fresno State. Nebraska and Wake Forest. Callahan and the Huskers, they have USC coming in next week. Wake Forest on its own 38. Brett Hodges, Kevin Marion. Now, watch Marion stretch here, Lou.
Oh, it's just a fine throw. I was really impressed with how well Wake Forest played. They had a lot of opportunities to win this football game.
He stepped out on the 1. He was fortunate that that wasn't a touchback. Sam Keller in a 10-6 game. Sean Hill reels it in. Nebraska back on top 13-10. Third quarter. Huskers down by 4. Here goes Marlon Lucky. 22 yards. Nebraska back on top 20-17. Fourth quarter. Wake Forest driving after a Keller turnover. Hodges. Oh, you're in field goal range, Brett. Right to Zachary Bowman, in Nebraska holds off Wake Forest 20-17. Lloyd Carr wasn't so sure. The team that started Michigan's woes, Appalachian State against Lenore-Rhine. 28,802 fans came out to see, and Armonte Edwards didn't play. He had a sore shoulder, but Trey Elder did. He scored himself, went for 90 yards on the ground. Found Nick Hardwell there, threw for 210 and 4 touchdowns. Appalachian State up 38-0 at the break. Ron Moore going for another one, 48-7. Appalachian State. Urban and the Gators, in the last 16 home games, first quarter tied at 7 with the Trojans of Larry Blakeney. Tebow
Run to the left for a touchdown.
14-7, and then now Tebow's going to throw it to Percy Harvin. Pump up your guy, Lou. You're telling me he's going to win the Heisman.
Well, he had a pretty good day. I mean, he threw for a couple touchdowns, ran for a couple.
It was Troy, Lou.
Hey,
It was Troy.
Okay, so it was a marquee win.
59-31 or not. West Virginia against Marshall. Going to Huntington for the first time in 92 years. Things getting off to a good start as the Thundering Herd able to hang in there for a while, but Pat White turning the corner. Pat White, 125 yards on the ground for West Virginia. As the Mountaineers, the Thundering Herd, in a little trouble for a while. Steve Slayton burst through the left side, 146, couple of touchdowns. West Virginia pulled away by just enough, 48-23. Here is Jim Tressel and the Buckeyes taking on Akron, and Beanie Wells going to get stuffed in the end zone, and Akron would go up 2-0. Ohio State had kicked field goals for a while, but Todd Beckman finding Brian Rubisky, the Ohio State University, wins it 20-2. Akron once beat Ohio State when John Heisman was the coach in 1894. Georgia Tech and Samford. Chan Gailey used to be the coach of Samford. That didn't mean he took it easy on him. Tashard Choice, 73 yards, Mayday.
Nice blocking on the inside, but Tashard Choice has had an excellent season thus far. 196 last week. Takes it into the house on this long run against Samford. 73 yards from the score.
69 dropped on him by Georgia Tech, 69-14 the final. Clemson, Louisiana Monroe, short week after the Florida State win. Cullen Harper upstairs, he threw 5 touchdown passes, that one to the speedster Jacoby Ford. 49-26, Clemson cruised. Boise State with the nation's longest winning streak, 14 in a row. Ian Johnson and the Broncos taking on Washington, a resurgent team of Ty Willingham, Lewis Rankin, little halfback pass, Quentin Daniels. The Huskies up 14-0. Redshirt freshman quarterback Jake Locker finds Marcel Reese, Lou.
This nice throw down there. He's had two tremendous games. For a redshirt freshman, they thought very highly of him, expected great things, and he is producing.
People looked at Washington's schedule, said they could start 0-6. They could also start 2-0, and they have. They have Ohio State coming in next, UAB and Florida State. You know, after that Clemson loss, Bobby Bowden only 2 wins ahead of Joe Paterno on the all-time list, and UAB trying to mess things up for him, up 17-3. Drew Weatherford and Charlie Graham. Blazers still had a 7-point lead at the break. Third quarter, Anton Smith crashing through Blazers, and he sort of banged his head on the turf. He had to be helped off. He had a concussion. Same drive, Weatherford finds big Greg Carr in the back of the end zone.
And Greg Carr at 6'6", goes up for the pass. He's a big target in the back of the end zone, comes down with a touchdown reception from Drew Weatherford.
Well, this is where you expect the Seminoles to blow it out up 24-17, but Sam hunted Joseph Webb. We're again tied at 24, but Drew Weatherford would answer, finding Richard Goodman his 3rd touchdown pass of the game.
Well, he had very, very good pressure. It gives the receivers a chance to spread the field vertically, which they haven't been able to do.
So after this was for Tom O'Brien going back to Boston to take on BC with his North Carolina State team. And Harrison Beck, the former Nebraska quarterback, throwing the pick 6 to Joan Dunbar, who always seems to find his way into the highlights in college football final. 4th quarter, BC taking control against their former coach, Andre Callender, going in 37-17. Boston College would take care of North Carolina State. Beck throwing 5. Colorado and Arizona State. Dan Hawkins and the Buffs jumped to a 14-0 lead, but it's 14-13 when Rudy Carpenter finds Kyle Williams. A catch. Arizona State took a 19-14 lead, and then Carpenter. It's not intramurals. It's Pac-10 football. Pac-10 football against Big 12 football. Carpenter to Michael Jones, Sun Devils. Got that offense reeling. He sort of left the Buffs in the dust after that. 33-14 the final.
SEC opener, Alabama, Vanderbilt. And of course, Vandy returning 18 starters. And so Nick Saban's got his work cut out for him. Javier Arenas, this is Gilbert's cousin, and he's returning the punt. And you know what you can hear him saying right now?
Hibachi!
Hibachi! Hibachi! Hibachi! Exactly. This would lead to a Bama touchdown. He got close. He didn't get all the way, though. And the Tide would take a 7-0 lead. Early 4th, Bama up 16-3. Terry Grant, 173 yards. Punches it in for his 2nd touchdown of the game. Bama would go for 2, and they're going to win it 24-10.
Quarterback at BYU, he transferred to UCLA. Max Hall, your new BYU quarterback, as we're with you for another 25 minutes worth of entertainment and highlights here on SportsCenter. How about Trey Brown and the most beautiful uniforms in sports? The powder blue and the gold and the sunshine out there in the Rose Bowl. Man, looking good for Brown, looking good for UCLA. They're up 10-0, but here comes BYU. Hall to Austin Collie. Perfect pass, and BYU's only down 3. It's still a 20-17 game late, under a minute and a half to go, and Chris Markey bounces it to the outside. Looks like he might have got a block that bordered on a hold. Either way, the Bruins and their lovely powder blues win by 10.
10th ranked California. Any letdown after that Tennessee win? Colorado State hopes so. They're 12-2 in their home openers under Coach Sonny. Coach Tedford. He goes to Sean Jackson on the reverse, and remember, he had the punt return, 70-something yards against Tennessee. Well, here he goes 73 yards right here. He had 141 all-purpose yards on 9 touches. And watch out for the freshman, Javid Best. ESPN Insider called this kid the fastest back in California coming out of high school. Speed kills, so does California.
The Badgers hit the field with wins in 21 of their last 22 regular season non-conference games. Third quarter, Wisconsin up 9-7, 4th and 1. Quarterback Tyler Donovan, the toss to P.J. Hill, who is swarmed by running Rebel defenders. Fourth quarter, Badgers down 13-12, 4th and 1. Hill moving the chains, 147 yards rushing. Drive continues. Badgers at the UNLV 29. Donovan fakes the handoff and does the rest. Check this out. From about 3.5 yards out, dive for the pylon. Tremendous. The play would be reviewed. The senior quarterback, Studley. 8 UNLV defenders bite on the play action. Donovan only has one more defender to beat, and he does just that. At the end of the run, oh my goodness, what an effort. We go for 2 and get it. Wisconsin up 20-13. Following possession for UNLV, 4th and 15. Travis Dixon incomplete. Wisconsin coach Brett Bielema and his Badgers win 20-13.